Good morning, everyone. My name is Vikram, and I want to introduce you to Tony. Tony is an AI plant manager. If you have worked in the large industrial complex, or you would have seen large power plants or utility plants, there is a plant manager who actually walks around the plant and hears the sound of the machine humming sounds or the pressure sounds. By just listening to the sound, that person is able to figure out what's wrong with these motors or equipment or the power lines and the transformers, which is great, right? It's a great idea, but I think we need some more modern solution or something more advanced, wherein not only the plant manager but the newer generation is able to we are able to engage with them. And this is where we introduce Tony is an AI powered plant manager. Now, for Tony to work successfully, you need an underlying data from the machines, the raw data, and that's what I'm here to present. Our company is called Insights IQ. Um, it's in the area of the industrial asset performance APM category, so that's what we will talk through it. Just to give you market size of industrial asset performance area, right? Right now, the area it's about $20 billion, but with the critical infrastructure, a lot of manufacturing coming into U.S., federal government funding a ton of billions of dollars into automated manufacturing, we expect this market to grow significantly in next 5 years. And most of these manufacturing that we see coming to Pennsylvania, Michigan, New Jersey, it's going to be automated, and you need some fully automated solution around monitoring these machines. So that's really the whole thing. Based on our research, what we have found, a lot of these monitoring has been done by these big conglomerates like IBM, like GE or Hitachi, and they basically charge $1 million plus and take multiple years to really monitor any of your performance equipment like density, velocity, the PSI, the temperature. There are 400 or so. We wanted to bring in more modern, more agile solution that we can deploy within 6 weeks or so. So that's our solution. The major trend for the new generation, most of the plant managers are aging population. If you talk to any younger kids in college and ask them, will you work with the motors? Will you go to the plant? Will you touch the lubricants? The most likely answer is no. They like to get things done on their iPads. They wouldn't even go to the command center. So we thought about it. These plants have to run in future. We need more modern solution. So that's really our key findings, and then it gets into some more other challenges about how do you get the real-time data, because if a machine breaks down, it needs to be fixed immediately. You cannot get a response after 2 days, because these are millions and millions of dollars of equipment. So these are the areas that we are addressing. Think from a plant manager's perspective. I think a lot of enterprise AI solutions are being developed more from the technology enablement, because there is a technology, it can deliver something. But we took a look at it. Let's talk to a person who's really managing these plants for 30 years, right? He's confused. He says, there is an AI, there is all kinds of internet protocol. There's all kinds of ways to send a signal from the plant to the central place, and God knows how many different cloud providers. We need to solve the problem for the person who's really doing the job at the plants, not for some, for the sake of applying the technology. So that's our view from the plant manager's perspective. I have short time, so let me run through really fast, and then I'll leave it open. This is our core product. You have Insights IQ, which we have 400 plus various IoT sensors. They collect all kinds of data, from the quality of the lubricants at the motor level to the speed of the air intake valves, and then everything in between. All this data gets synthesized, it's sent to a centralized place, we call Insight IQ, and that's where they get processed and get processed. Tony is our AI guy. he has the access to all these underlying raw machine data. He's able to analyze, synthesize, and proactively tell the real plant manager that, hey, out of 500 motors, this specific motor has this specific valve issue, so that the plant manager can really send the person to fix that issue rather than scanning the entire spectrum of the plant. So that's how we are able to pinpoint, a lot of these things. I'm going to continue. The areas that we are focusing on: mining, industrial equipments, manufacturing, food processing plants, or anywhere where there are large HVACs. Some of these buildings are huge fans on their rooftop. No one really goes and checks those big fans, but at the end of the day, that rooftop, these fans really run the HVAC systems, and the air quality intake is very essential to that. So that's that. We are full end-to-end service provider. That means we provide the hardware that can be installed on these equipments, these machines. We provide the front end, the dashboard and the software processing, and then we provide the AI, which is the Tony. Tony is really your buddy. You have it on your phone, and you can ask the Tony. So with that, and then we get into it. I'm going to pause here and leave some time for the questions.
So great presentation. My question is, how are they doing this now? They're already, I'm sure that some of these companies are already deploying sensors on their own, or right? How are you competing against that?
So based on our market research, there are only 3 or 4 companies who are really at original equipment manufacturers. So if you buy a large engine from GE, they basically, as an add-on service, they provide you these sensors. They say, you can monitor your equipment using the sensor, but it takes them 2 years plus to implement an entire plant level, and then they charge you a ton of money. And most of these solutions are very outdated. If you look at Gartner APM peer reviews, you will see these are very outdated solutions. And they don't do everything, right? For every different solutions, you have to reach to the different vendors. GE will not provide you ball bearing assessment, right? But they will provide you something else to measure. And what is happening these plant managers? And I was talking to somebody this morning. They have 5 or 6 vendors providing 5 or different solutions. They don't talk to each other, and the data, by the time the plant managers get the data, it's too old.
So it's a holistic solution. What's the business model? How do you get paid? Is it covered? How do you get paid?
Oh, this is a subscription-based model.
Oh,
So the hardware cost is one-time cost. We charge for the sensors for one-time basis. Depending on the type of sensors, vibration sensors are very expensive compared to temperature monitoring sensors, so we charge them differently. The software is subscription-based software. It's very easily customizable, so plant managers can able to do it very quickly. So that's the business model.
and is this in operation now?
It is.
Yeah, how many customers?
4.
Okay.
4 licenses.
When did you start the company?
We started in 2016. For 3 years we were dormant until the COVID hit. When the COVID hit, plant managers were not allowed to go to plants, and someone has to go there. And that's where this whole thing kicked in, that how do we provide more automated, more advanced solution that the plant managers can do. And think about it. I know this thing, I've been doing it for 20 years. Plant managers' focus is really not looking at the fancy looking dashboards. They want information at their fingertips, right now, right away, so that they can go fix it. Not look for some fancy dashboard somewhere in the cloud.
Thank you. So, nice presentation. I actually, many years ago, worked on plants like this, so I can relate to the problem you're trying to solve. I guess my question is, it wasn't clear. Do you have sensors that you can go in and deploy to all the many different machines in a large industrial plant? Or do you have particular niches that you're already capable of delivering solutions to?
We have 400 different types of sensors that we can deploy into different equipments, right? And we can get into more details, specifically the technicals of it. We design the sensors ourselves, and then we manufacture them. Sensors are developed and designed only one-time basis, manufactured one-time basis, depending on the client needs.
Right. And then the other question is, do you have software that can actually compete with what the specialty manufacturers of the equipment can do right now in terms of sophisticated analytics, because nobody wants to compromise on that. Nobody wants something that's simpler.
Absolutely. There is a whole fully functional product live demo I'd love to show you. And we are right now we are positioned to compete against some of the larger vendors, and they've been sort of reaching out to us.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Thank you so much.